Charlie nodded and said, "You don't need to be so polite, come in and talk." The three of them entered the house. As soon as they entered the house, the three of them couldn't help but look at the decorations in the living room. This was the first time for the three of them to come to Charlie's house, so everyone couldn't help but be surprised. Charlie had already been in the upper class of Orus Hill. With a very detached status, why live in such an ordinary residential building that can no longer be ordinary? Liang also felt that Mr. Wade was unfathomable, a super rich who could easily throw 100 millions at auctions, living in such a simple environment. Charlie didn't know the thoughts of the three of them. He pointed to the sofa and said to them, "Sit down." The three of them answered and sat opposite Charlie. Charlie looked at Liang and asked curiously, "I heard you have something to ask me?" Liang nodded hurriedly, took out the wooden box containing 1,000-year snow ginseng from his arms, handed it to Charlie, and said respectfully, "Mr. Wade, this 1,000-year-old snow ginseng is a family heirloom passed down by my mother's family for many years. I have been wearing it close to my body over the years, but this kind of treasure is in my hands and can't produce much effect, so I thought about it. Dedicate it to Mr. Wade." Charlie didn't say ha. He took the wooden box, opened it, and when he looked at it, he saw a snow-white ginseng with human-like roots and some waxy snow ginseng lying quietly in it. With just one glance, Charlie could feel the strong and rich spiritual energy in it. This is really a treasure of heaven and earth. It has survived for thousands of years between heaven and earth, and absorbed all the aura between heaven and earth, and its origin is Changbai Mountain, where even now, it is very well protected and almost primitive ecology. So this snow ginseng is also more pure. Charlie couldn't help but get excited. If this 1,000-year-old snow ginseng is used for his own use, it can make his own strength directly cross a level, which is simply an unforgettable opportunity. So Charlie asked indifferently, "Liang, what do you want me to do?" Liang hurriedly said, "Mr. Wade, let me tell you that Fredman, the head of the Eastcliff Wilson family and the chairman of the Future Company Group, lost his male ability some time ago. After taking the Wei family's improved prescription, the roots began to fester. Now the doctor they all said that his roots can't be kept, and he needs amputation. If he does amputation, then my Wei family will suffer. So I asked Mr. Wade to take action to help Fredman solve the ulceration problem and help the Wei family survive the catastrophe." Charlie smiled playfully, instead of replying directly to him. Instead he asked with a curious look, "I heard that you suffer and are humiliated in the Wei family. Why did you take out such precious snow ginseng at this time and beg me to help the Wei family survive?" "Difficulty?" Liang confessed, "I have really suffered humiliation in the Wei family all these years. To be honest, I have no feelings for the Wei family. If my mother was not among the dead and unable to raise me, she would not let the Wei family treat me. I was received by Orus Hill from Changbai Mountain." Speaking of this, Liang suddenly became a little excited, clenched his fists, and said, "The Wei family has given me so much humiliation for so many years. The reason why I am still in the Wei family is to find a chance to avenge the humiliation of these years. Also, my father did great harm to my mother back then. I always hope that one day I can let him lower his head, let him go to Changbai Mountain, go to my mother's grave, and confess to my mother." At this point in Liang's words, he was a little excited, and this man in his 30s actually shed 2 lines of tears. He choked up and said, "Mr. Wade doesn't know anything. My mother, originally the only daughter of a family of herbal medicine collectors at the foot of Changbai Mountain, not a big family, but because of the craftsmanship of herbal medicine, life still rich. The scum, my father, when he went to Changbai Mountain to collect medicine, saw that my mother was beautiful and young and ignorant, so he deceived her. The mother was played with by him. She thought he would marry her, but she didn't expect this scumbag to be a man of no words. He left, and my mother was pregnant with his child." Having said that, Liang told Charlie exactly what happened back then. Liang's mother was pregnant when she was unmarried. When she was pregnant with Liang, she was slandered in Changbai Mountain. If it weren't for her pregnancy, his mother would have wanted to end her life. Later, Liang was born, and in the village at the foot of Changbai Mountain, he also became a wild species for everyone to point to. His only warmth and safe haven in his childhood was his mother. But his mother became ill with overwork and grievances, and died when Liang was not an adult. Liang came to Wei's house without his mother, and he never had a good day. His father looked down on his mother, so he also looked down on him. The stepmother and half-brother abused him, beat him, and humiliated him every day in 20 years. He has been holding back to find a chance for revenge. Speaking of this, he looked at Charlie and said sincerely, "Mr. Wade, my father promised that whoever can solve this problem for the family will become the chairman of Wei's Pharmaceutical. If you can help me get a direction, then I will be your horse for the rest of my life. Everything is up to you."